Hello, welcome to this channel. My name is Enoch. Today I'll be starting a new series on AWS, and I've designed this series to cover about 10 AWS certifications from the associate level to the professional level and to the specialist level. And if you follow this series, some of the things you will need if you're writing a certification will be a practice test. You can get some practice tests online to just check your skill, to validate your skill before you go for your certification. I will also recommend that you get a skill builder account. AWS has a skill builder that you can use online. It will give you a lot of hands-based lab scenarios, challenges that you can do to just improve on your skill. There is nothing like hands-on practice, and this skill builder will really help. You also need to create your own AWS free tier account, and if you creating your own free tier account means that you have access to some services, for about 12 months free. And even after the 12 months, there are some level of usage that are always free. So I'll be working within the free tier account during this series, and we will always do cleanup at the end of each video to avoid any bill. So I will also show you how to set a billing alarm so that you will get an email if you're getting close to your monthly budget. For the free tier account, you have full control. You'll be responsible for the bill, full bill on whatever you do. And for the skill builder account, you will have limited controls, and there won't be any bill on whatever you do online on it, but you will have monthly subscription fees that you pay, and you have a lot of hand-based lab scenarios that you will that will help to improve your skill, and which I highly recommend. We will need to install some tools. We need to install AWS CLI on your PC. If you don't have Git, I will recommend that you install Git. You can also install VS Code. Let's go to our web page, and let me show you a little bit of how you can do it. You can go to google.com, and if you like, you can use Chocolatey. You can type Chocolatey and use Chocolatey to install it. Chocolatey will help you to install packages with ease. You can go to product and click go to product, then click Chocolatey open source, and you have to first install Chocolatey on your PC, and then you can start finding packages. So click install Chocolatey, and then this is for people using Windows. For people using Mac OS, I will show you how to what you will use to be installing packages on your system. So you can first run Open PowerShell as administrator. Open PowerShell as administrator. Then once you open PowerShell as administrator, then copy this get execution policy. It will run it on the shell. If you run it and it says restricted, then you have to run the set execution policy all assigned. You can run this. Once you run this, then it will clear this. It will clear you, and you'll be able to install Chocolatey on your system. Then you can copy this and run this. Copy this and run it on the PowerShell, and it will install Chocolatey on your system. Once you run this on the system, then on your system, then you can now go back to this page, and you can click find packages, and any package you want to install, just type it there, Git. You want to install Git, then you can copy this command and use it to install Git, run it on the PowerShell. Whatever command you want to install AWS CLI, and you get a simple command, run it on the PowerShell, put -y there. After you copy it, and it will install AWS CLI on your shell. Let me copy it, and let me just do an example. Let me copy this, and let me show you. You put -y and you run it, and it will install AWS CLI. I've already installed it. You can already install. So it's pretty straightforward. It will just ease your package installation on your system, so whatever package you want to install, you can use this to install it on your PC. Now, if you are using Mac OS, you can go to Google and you can type homebrew, and click this first one. Then install homebrew first on your PC. Run this command to install homebrew on your PC. Once you install it, then come and search for packages here. You want to install Git, type Git there, and you get a simple command that you can run. Do the same thing for VS Code, and you get a simple command. Do the same thing for see the command, simple command. Do the same thing for AWS CLI. And you can install AWS CLI on your PC, so that's that. But if you want to download it directly on your system, you can go to Google also. Go to Google and you can type install AWS CLI, and you can pick this first one. And installing updates. Okay, scroll down, then AWS CLI install. If you are using Linux operating system, so you can first remove the AWS CLI you have on your system first if you are using a previous version, and you can scroll down. Yum, you may not be using Yum if you are using Debian or Ubuntu. This Yum is for those using CentOS distribution type and Fedora, but if you are using Ubuntu and Debian distribution, then you will be using something like apt apt to sudo apt remove AWS CLI, something like that. And if so, you scroll down, then you can run this call command. Once you run this call command, you get a zip file on your PC. Then you can unzip it, then you can run this command to now install AWS CLI on your system. So that's just that should work. So if you're using Mac OS and you just want to download it directly on your PC, that's okay. Use this one, and you can download the PKG file, and run the PKG file on your system, to install it. If you are using Windows and you want to also install directly on your system, that's okay. Download this file. Click this file to run the download. To download the file, once you click it, it will download the file. You can see the file has started downloading, and once you finish downloading, then you can run the file on your system. Just click it to install AWS CLI on your system. So that's that. And if you want to install, you want to do the same thing for VS Code, go to Google and you can say install VS Code, and you can follow the instruction here to Windows, download this, Linux, download this. If you're using RPM based distribution, if you're using Debian, you download this. If you're using Mac OS, you download this. So something like that. Now, to check that you have successfully installed AWS CLI, you can open your PowerShell. You don't have to open it as administrator, and you can type AWS -version, and it will show you the version you have. If you don't have it, it will say command not found. Now to check if you have Git, then you can type Git -version 2. Then it will show you the version of Git that you have. And if you want to check if you have successfully installed VS Code, you can press your Windows button and type VS Code, and it should pop up. It should bring up your VS Code. So that's my own VS Code. So that's that. After installing the tools, then let's talk about AWS Global Infrastructure. For that, I will. So AWS has regions, availability zone, edge location, and point of presence. And let's go online and see some of them. Let's go to Google again, and let me show you. Just type AWS Global Infrastructure. and click the first one there. And you can see AWS has 34 launch regions, 108 availability zones, 600 plus CloudFront point of presence, in over 245 countries. They have 135 direct connect locations, 41 local zones, 29 wavelength zones. Let's talk about each of these infrastructure one after the other. Let's talk about the regions. Most services on AWS will be region scope, and which means that if we use a service in a region and we try to use it in another region, it will be like the first time we are using that service. So a region is just a cluster of data centers. Each group of local data center is called an availability zone, and each region will contain about 3 to 6 isolated and physically separated availability zones within a geographic region. So example of regions, you will see something like US East 1, EU West 1, and so on and so forth. I will show you when we go to the management console. And so that's that. So for how to use an AWS region, most data never leaves a region without explicit permission. AWS always comply with local laws in terms of data storage, and data will never leave a particular region without explicit instruction to do so. Closeness to customers, reduce latency. And if your customers are in the United States of America, it's advisable that your data will be located in a region in United States. And so new services and new features may not be available in all regions, and pricing varies from region to region in terms of some services. And so different regions have different costs associated with some resources like EC2 instance, X3 storage, and other services due to factors like, electricity, real estate, and some operational expenses. So availability zones is just availability zone comprises of one or more discrete data centers, with redundant power, networking, and connectivity. And they are located within a specific AWS region where AWS hosts its core services like EC2, S3, and database. Each region typically has about 3 to 6 data centers, and all AZ in an AWS region, are interconnected. And they are built with availability and disaster recovery in mind. So if the disaster, affect one data center, it will not affect other data centers. So availability zones are more focused on infrastructure and application hosting than content distribution. So we also have point of presence. Now, in this point of presence, they are also known as edge locations, and they are focused on optimizing content delivery and user experience, especially for static and latency sensitive data. So each one is isolated from the other, which means a failure affecting a single point of presence will not impact the other ones. So edge locations are part of AWS Global Content Delivery Networks, known as CloudFront, and their primary role is to catch content closer to end users. And that's why if you look at this AWS infrastructure, you will see that you have 108 availability zone, but 600 plus edge locations. These edge locations are designed to be closer to end users to just optimize content delivery and user experience. So the edge locations, they catch and deliver content to users with low latency and high speed using Amazon CloudFront, Route 53, Lambda at Edge, and AWS Global Acceleration. So that's that. And what you will need to create an AWS free tier account, you will need a unique email address, and you will need an account name or alias. You will need a credit or debit card, and you also need a phone number with which you can receive, an SMS. And we'll go now online to let me show you how to just open your AWS account. Go on a web page and let's go to aws.com, and to your right corner there you will see sign into the console. Just click that, and once you click that, scroll down, you will see sign in using the root user email. Click that. If you click that, then if you scroll down now, you will find create a new AWS account. So click create a new AWS account, and now you can follow everything. Can follow all the instruction. Give the email address you want to use, give the account name you want, or alias, give it. Has to be unique. Just give it. If there is an issue with it, you'll be alerted. And you will confirm your email address, you will confirm your phone number with an SMS sent to you, and you will give a password. It's advisable to give a strong password, and you will be asked to give your name, your address, your postal code. You agree to terms and conditions, and you will see something like, how do you plan to use your AWS account? Choose personal, and you will give your debit card or credit card details, and you will select a support plan, and you will choose the basic support plan, which is free. Don't choose the developer or business support except you really know what you're doing, So now after you're done, you will see sign into the console. Then just wait and get an email that confirms that your AWS account has been fully opened. But once you finish this set of instruction, the next page will show you that you should sign into the console. So go to the console. If you click it, then it will take you to the console. So now let me show you in case of later when you want to log into your AWS account. Click sign into AWS account as usual. And you can either sign in as an IAM user, or you can sign in as with the root user email. So click the root user email. If you click the root user email, then you can give the email with which you created your AWS account. I'll give my own, and then you give your password, and then you give your multi-factor authenticator code. Let me get my own code from my phone. One of the first things you will see when you log in is to set up an MFA device. That's a multi-factor authenticator device. Now, an MFA device will add an extra layer of security to your account. It will ask you, after you use your email address and password to log in, then to ask you to give a 6-digit code from your multi-factor authenticator app. So we have to set it up. You can say, give it a name, my underscore device, or my phone or something, or my phone. Can use my phone too, and you can use the passkey, or you can use your authenticator app or your hardware token. So I'll be using authenticator app. Then you click next. Then it will ask you to either see a list of compatible application, or show you QR code. So you open your authenticator app, then you click the plus sign to add. So once you click the plus sign, then you will see scan the QR code, then it will open. Then you can scan this QR code. So you can scan this QR code you can scan this QR code. So once you scan the QR code, then you enter the first code. Enter the first code there. So once that code goes, then you enter the second code that appears then you click add MFA, and it will add the MFA to your account. Well, the first time you first log in into the AWS console, you will see recently visited resources on your dashboard. If you go to your right corner there, you will see this particular place. Click it, and that will be your regions. So you can choose a region that is closest to you, and you can choose a region that is closest to you, and that's that. So if you want to search for any particular service, you can type in this search box. You want to go to EC2, you can type EC2 there, and EC2 will pop up. Then you can click it. You want to go to S3, you can type S3 there, and S3 will pop up. Then you can click it. Whatever service you want, you can type in the chat in the search box, and it will pop out. And if you scroll down, you see something like welcome to the AWS. You see your health, you see your cost for the month, you see some other things down there. So now if you go to this top right corner, you will see your account name that you have used to create your account. You will see your account ID. If you click it, account ID, so you can click this account. Let's go and configure your account. Let's configure the account. We want to so you can see after clicking it, you can see your account ID, account name. You can edit it and change your account name if you want to change it. If you scroll down, scroll down very well. If you want to add more regions, you can add more regions here. Click it, and you can click it. Once you click it, then you click enable. You click enable there, then it will enable that region. So you can continue. You can scroll down, and let's go and enable IAM, access to billing information. We are doing this so that anytime you don't have to be using your root user's account to log in just to check your billing information. With the right permission, an IAM user can check the billing information. Amazon, AWS advise us that we should not be using our root account all the time. We should only use it when we need to use it. We are advised to create a user in our account, and use that particular user, for our daily activity. So you can click edit and you can click activate. So this will activate so that an IAM user can be able to see billing information. So you can click update, and it will update that. Then you can scroll down on this left side. And you can see Cost Explorer. If you want to see the cost, your bill for the month, or if you see a bill that is high and you are trying to check exactly what you did that made that bill to be that high, you can just click that Cost Explorer, and that's on the left panel there. And you can scroll down, and you can see the details of your bill. You can see the services that I use that that account for all my bills like this. You can see them. So that's that. And if you need to go and stop any particular service, you know what service to go and stop, and quickly reduce your bills subsequently. So let's go down and let's click the budget there. Let's set a budget, and click create a budget, and leave it at use a template, and then go down to monthly cost. Click monthly cost budget, and you can scroll down and leave the budget name as this, and you can set it to $5. You can just set it to $5. So anytime you are getting close to $5, it will first send an email, and when you get to $5, it will also send you an email. So you can put the email address you want to use. You can put the email address you want to be getting your notification. You can put it there like that, and let's scroll down, and you can click create budget, and it will create the budget. It will create the budget. You can see I've created a budget already. So that's that. When you are like 85% to your budget, to the budget, it will alert you, and when you get to that, or to the 100% of that budget, it will also send you a notification. Let's scroll down this left side and click the billing preference. Click the billing preference, and on the alert preference, you can click edit. Then you can mark this box so that you can receive AWS Fruity alert, and you can put your email address there, and you can also mark this place so that you can be receiving CloudWatch billing alert. Mark it, and you can also edit this one and click the box so that you can receive your invoice in PDF. So that's that. I think that's all we need to configure for this, for your new account, and now you should be good. Now, to create your AWS Skill Builder account, just open a web page, and you can go through Google, go through google.com, and you can just search for your AWS Skill Builder, and just follow the first one. Click the first one there, and you can either create a free Skill Builder account. You can subscribe now. Just follow the site, and subscribe to the Skill Builder, and you can start using it. So let's leave it at that for now, and thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.